So, if there is one thing that is always argued on this community, it is if the ending of Attack on Titan was a secret masterpiece or garbage. We all know about that controversy. But somehow it appears the second most argued topic is actually something much more specific. But I still see that discussion almost under every Attack on Titan video in the comment section. Somehow, always some random dude brings up the question if Erwin would have joined the Yaegerists or the Alliance if he happened to be alive during the events of Season 4. Now, that is our question today, and at the end of this video series, this discussion can be closed, because I will bring the definitive most likely answer to it. Today we're talking about Scenario 1. So it often starts with the claim that Erwin would have not only joined, but been a crucial leader part of the Yaegerists. Going with that idea, I would argue he would just be in place of Flocke as the leader of the Yaegerists, which, like in the original, kind of function as an individual group from Eren, but with Eren's interests still in mind. So he would somehow be under Eren then, still also be his own leader, like I said, like it is in the original with Flocke. And Flocke would also have no problem with making place for a new leader. No, he would be happy to leave that place, like I'm going to be discussing in another video. Then, now let's look at the arguments for this claim. First, Erwin is the incarnation of the person who always keeps moving forward for humanity's victory, no matter the sacrifice. Not to be confused with Eren, who also never stops moving forward, as he never forgets to tell us, but for different motivations. So, assuming he would have witnessed the truth that lied in the basement he yearned for so long, he would have known well that the only realistic way to save humanity, without a doubt, so in this case the Paradis people, that were humanity for Erwin all the time he fought, would be if the ultimate sacrifice was made, getting rid of all who wish ill on the inhabitants of Paradis Island. He indeed would be one of the first who could not look around this undeniable fact, like the other characters from the Alliance did. That's a definite point. Second point, he would not only be someone who would face that truth, but also someone who would be able to bring that necessary sacrifice, as he had proven a lot of times. Most well known in his last charge, the legendary My Soldiers Rage, My Soldiers Scream, My Soldiers Fight charge. 兵士を怒れ、兵士を叫べ、兵士を戦え! Third point, he would, like Flocke, see the lack of a leader for that purpose, and we well know he is a great, if not the best leader AOT ever had. So he would see what he could bring to the table for that purpose in being that leader of the Yaegerists. Simple as that. Fourth, that is a little speculative of mine now, but look at the character's core. The source of his whole motivation is the unfair killing of his father, because his father questioned something he shouldn't, because some apparently higher people decided so. So kinda similar to Eren, he wanted to reject these higher people with his doing, and considering that in the long term these on top people were not only the rulers of Paradis, but the entire outside world that wants the inhabitants of Paradis to be as unknowing of the truth as possible. So he could probably eventually develop the desire to fight against these oppressors more than the desire to bring peace to the entire world. Just like all the other characters, as like Armin, Jean, or Levi. But that's only an idea of mine. I never saw that arguing someone online, and I do not say it is like that, only that I could see the potential there. Fifth, and as my last point today, I want to bring again a more speculative but probably more convincing point. Just like Levi a lot of times thought during Season 4, that is the boy we sacrificed all the people we loved for, only that he can survive because he is apparently some key to victory? Other than Levi, Erwin would probably still believe in that. While Levi only questions that all the time after the time skip, Erwin would probably still convince himself that Eren is that key, considering he holds the most powerful power in the world on their side, and after the basement, Erwin would know that with certainty, other than before, where he only had to believe that Eren had something special in him, but they didn't know exactly. In conclusion of today, you can make good points to why Erwin would have joined the Yaegerists if he had survived until the finale. But do they hold up compared to the arguments for the other ideas? What Erwin would have instead have done if he survived? We continue with that in the second part, where we are looking at the arguments for why Erwin would have joined the Alliance. Already write your arguments to why he would have in the comments, so we can discuss them next time. And with that, I wish you all a great